Who do you choose? Choosing the right agent to sell your home can make a big difference. Choose wrong and it will cost you in frustration, stress, and possibly thousands of dollars. And chances are you know a real estate agent or two that is more than willing to offer their services. So who do you choose? In this video, we'll dive into finding the perfect realtor for you to help you sell your home and someone that will help guide you through the entire process, and 5 critical questions to ask during the interview. And make sure you stay to the end because I'll give you the details on how to get a cheat sheet of all the questions that you need to ask so you can just download that. And make sure you stay to the end because I'll share with you some common mistakes that you'll want to avoid so you don't end up hiring the wrong agent that could cost you more time on the market and your bottom line when it comes to the sold price of your house. So you definitely don't want that to happen. You want to make sure that you have someone by your side that's helping navigate the complexities of selling a house because there are a lot of moving parts, and making the whole experience as stress-free as possible. So what you're looking out for is a realtor that has market knowledge, knows what's happening on the ground, is working with buyers and sellers, and also is a skilled negotiator, has confidence, and also is ready to tackle any problems that arise, either legally or ethically. So basically, they've got your back throughout the whole entire journey. But here's the thing, finding the perfect realtor isn't going to be easy. There isn't a one-size-fits-all, so it's best to interview 2 or 3 realtors and make sure the fit works for you, because obviously selling a home or even buying a home is a huge financial endeavor, so you just want to make sure that you're making the right choice. Okay, getting right to it, 5 critical questions to ask a realtor during an interview. Hey, real quick, I'm Jade in San Diego, and my channel is all about helping you navigate the real estate market made simple. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call or text me, and my number is in the description below. Okay, now back to the video. Question number 1 seems a little bit basic, but you want to just make sure is, are they a full-time or part-time agent? You wouldn't want to come into the situation where you've got to sign a contract and you have a few questions and you just can't get a hold of your agent. You know, they're on their part-time job and they're just not answering their texts or phone calls. So maybe they're just incommunicado for 5 hours or half the day, and it's very frustrating. So make sure that your agent is full-time because it's such a big project to help you sell your house, and you want a dedicated professional. And also, if this is their full-time job, hopefully they're just very focused on the real estate transactions and what to do, the real estate market, and they just have a pulse of what's going on. If they're a part-time agent, they're not going to be as focused on the market and what's happening on the ground as someone that is full-time. So you just want as much competitive edge as you can. So it probably is best to hire a full-time agent, especially if you're selling your house and it is one of your biggest financial assets that you own. Moving on to question number 2. This one's a little bit more hard-hitting, and this question is, why should I hire you? They probably have something already prepared, so you just kind of need to read between the lines. How sincere are they? How confident they are? And do they have a genuine passion for working in real estate, working with people? Are they a good communicator? Are they just doing it for the money, being in real estate? Do they just see you as a number, as a transaction? Or do they really want to help people actually make such a big life change by moving and buying or selling property? And make sure to think about the answer to this question before you ask it. What are you looking for in the answer that the realtor is going to give you? And see if their answer and, your kind of potential ideal answer measures up. Moving on to question number 3, how would they handle multiple counter situations? and look for detailed answers for this one. What is their exact strategy? So if your realtor is representing you and you're selling the house, would they recommend countering with highest and best, or would they recommend with actually revealing the number of the highest bid and asking the other buyers to top that and counter it above that? So see what their strategy is. Generally, for myself, what I do, it depends actually on the number of offers that we are receiving. If we're only getting 2 offers, or maybe, 2, 3, 4 offers, then possibly we could actually reveal or kind of give a general ballpark on what the highest bid is. But if I've received 12, 15 offers on one property, and at that point I would just ask for highest and best. But I would also relay the fact to all the buyers agents that we have so many offers. So if they want to be successful, they kind of gotta go big or go home. Also, other factors to consider when it comes to multiple counter situations. What other terms would they negotiate? So see what they come up with. A hint would be you can also negotiate on the rent back, the appraisal, days in escrow, the inspection period. And if it's a real super seller's market, maybe negotiate a hard money deposit. So these are some of the terms and things that can come up during a multiple offer situation, and just make sure that your realtor is very familiar with this and has done this in the past, and you get a sense of actually they know what they're doing. Also, moving on to question number 4 is, how would they handle selling a house as is? So, your house isn't staged, you just don't have the time or energy to declutter your whole house and stage it, or maybe there are some issues with the house. Maybe the roof leaks or there has been water damage. What would this realtor do in that situation? Do they have any experience in this, of selling a house as is that has seen better days? What is their strategy for selling a house that's as is? If you're curious about that, I have a video here on the secret to selling as is. Okay, moving on to the last question, question number 5 of what to ask a realtor during an interview. And this one is a tough one as well. What would you do if the house doesn't sell? One of the first things that comes to mind is probably a price reduction. So what is their strategy, or what do they usually recommend if the house is still sitting on the market after 30 days? What would they do? Or if it hasn't been 30 days, would they recommend to reduce it sooner than that? How much would they recommend reducing the price by? So these are detailed questions to ask your realtor. And also, apart from price, what else would they do? Maybe it's a question of looking at the interior of your house. Can it be decluttered more? Can you do some quick painting, or maybe partial staging? So see what they're going to come up with. Usually an experienced realtor will have a good answer for you. And I've got a bonus question for you. Ask them if they're on a team or a single agent. Obviously, everything has pros and cons to it. So there's definitely pros and cons to being a single agent, and there's pros and cons to being on a team. Generally, a single agent, you're going to get more dedicated service and consistency and a better line of communication, because obviously you're just dealing with one agent. Whereas a team, they might have more resources and they can get you covered as far as like open houses every day of the week, but you're not going to get that consistency. You're not going to get the same level of communication. So think about what you're looking for and make sure to ask them this question. Now that we're almost at the end of the video, thank you for watching, and I've created a cheat sheet of the questions that you can just download, and the link is in the description below. And now that we've gotten to the end of the video, here are some common mistakes that you definitely want to avoid so you don't end up hiring the wrong agent. Mistake number 1 is a yes person, always saying yes, yes, yes to you. So actually during the interview process, they'll probably come up with a CMA, comparative market analysis, and is just telling you what you want to hear. They are saying, yep, you can sell it for, basically 100,000 over market rate. And that's definitely not what you want to hear. So here you've got to be a little discerning and try to read between the lines, but you just want to make sure that they have a solid opinion and that they really know their market knowledge. And they're not just saying yes just to please you, but they're actually a knowledgeable expert in their field and they can help guide you to make good decisions. Mistake number 2 is hiring a realtor just based on someone you know, and they're not actually the best realtor for you. So this might be your brother's realtor or your best friend's realtor, and they actually aren't the right fit for you. So make sure that you interview a couple realtors and just make sure that you hire the right one for you. And number 3 is hiring a realtor based on the commission. This is a classic mistake. You're selling your house, which is probably your biggest financial asset that you own, and you're trusting a realtor that has the lowest price. Now, do you think that the person that is charging the least is going to do the best job for you? So just make sure that you ask them a lot of questions, see what they're going to do, see what their track record is, what is their list price to sold price ratio, how many transactions have they done lately, and make sure that you're not basing your decision solely on the lowest commission rate. So there you have it, 5 critical questions to ask a realtor during an interview. If you found this video helpful at all, please don't hesitate to call or text me. My details are in the description below. And also like this video and subscribe for more helpful tips on real estate. Thank you for watching.